Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're talking about simple syrups and their uses.
Now, we hear about simple syrups all the time, and there's always a different ratio of water to sugar for all of these, so it gets a little confusing at times, but hopefully we'll clear that up for you today. So the first kind of simple syrup we're going to do is a basic simple syrup. Now, this is great for drinks, cocktails, anything that's going to be served cold that has ice in it, and you don't want to sit there and mix sugar inside. And the other thing is you don't want to water it down too much. So the proportion for this is going to be 1 part sugar to 1 part water. That's pretty simple.
So you can make any amount you want. So we are just making a little bit, so equal amounts of water and sugar. Mix the two. So we're going to take it to the stove and cook it down a little bit.
So basically we have our stove on a medium heat, and what we're going to do is let the water come to a boil, and once it comes to a boil we're going to make sure all the sugar is completely dissolved, and as soon as it gets completely dissolved, which should only take about a minute or two, we're going to switch it off and take it off the stove.
Actually it took less than a minute. You can see all the sugar is gone, everything is melted. Perfect. I'm going to turn off the stove now. So we mentioned there are different types of simple syrup, and while this is cooling down, let's talk about the others. So of course one is the one that we did over here, and I will mention what it's used for. The second type is that we use 2 parts water and 1 part sugar. Now that is used for things like iced tea, nimbu pani, homemade lemonade, stuff like that, which is already watered down, and you just need to give it a little sweetness to it.
And you don't want to stir and stir and stir and stir for 1 hour in your iced tea, especially if you have a lot of sugar. So the final kind is very diluted. It's a very light simple syrup, and that is 3 parts water to 1 part sugar. And that one is perfect for glazing cakes or just moistening cakes. Sometimes the cake in the center is very dry. Right. So if you take a 3 part water to 1 part sugar mixture, and same process as this, you're going to melt it down the exact same way, and you just brush on the sugar all over the cake, and that gives it a nice
bakery secret.
Oh yeah, that is really a secret. Yeah, I mean, it gives you a nice moist inside of a cake, and it's fabulous. The reason we use so much less sugar in that one is your cake is already sweet, so you're not really adding a whole extra lot of sweetness in it, but you just need a little bit just for the flavor, and basically it moistens.
Right, water won't taste as good.
No.
Anyway, those are the 3 types of simple syrup. Meanwhile, we're going to wait for this to cool down, and once it's absolutely cooled down, we're going to store it in a clean jar, glass jar preferably, and that's about it, and use it when you're ready to.
Right, and it stores perfectly well in the refrigerator for at least a month, sometimes even longer. It's only sugar and water, so usually nothing happens to it, but it's great to have on hand. So something when you have your free time, make it, keep it, and when you need it, it's right there.
Especially before parties.
Yes.
So try out the simple syrup in your next recipe, and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.